Many who have tried to break the water speed record have been killed in the attempt. In 1967, Donald Campbell died trying to beat his own record, a feat he'd accomplished 6 times before. Dave Warby isn't put off by the odds. He's even built his own boat, a DIY job you don't want to mess up. The current record of 318 miles an hour is held by a pilot who also made his own boat. Literally in his backyard. Dave's dad, Ken. Ken built his boat from scratch.
There's not too many people in the world alive today that can tell you what it's all about, really over 200.
Ken set his record in 1978, 40 years ago. And now Dave is out to beat Dad's record. Nothing like a bit of friendly family rivalry. At the Manning River in Taree, New South Wales, they're preparing for trials of the Spirit of Australia too. The support team includes the boat's designer, Dad Ken. But Dave built the boat himself, by hand.
He has done an amazing job on a shoestring budget. He was there every day and the weekends building this boat. There's not a lot of carbon fibre in this boat. There's a lot of fiberglass, a lot of wood and a lot of pine.
Inside this monument to DIY is a Rolls-Royce Orpheus jet engine. Previous owner, the Italian Air Force.
We check for cracks, we check for fuel leaks, we check for oil leaks, and we check for corrosion and vibration marks.
Very good. Anything else to worry about?
The other thing with the rudder too is if you hit a stick or you hit a bird or you hit a duck, you can pull the back of the transom off at 200 mile an hour.
What would happen then?
We would sink.
Every time we've taken Spirit of Australia out too, and we've had it out about 5 or 6 times now, we've had a problem that we've had to overcome. If I'd put it in the water, the first time we run it and tried to floor it, I'd probably be in hospital or something now. It wouldn't have worked out. It is the same design as Spirit of Australia, but that doesn't mean you take it for granted it's going to do what Spirit of Australia done. It's just a matter of getting enough time on the water to keep running it and solve the problem.
All the while avoiding the #1 obstacle affecting water speed record attempts: death. Thankfully, the team have placed a heavy emphasis on not dying.
If you have any doubts as to the running, for whatever reason, and I don't care what it is, stick the red flag up and then try the radio next, okay? The key words on the radio nets are abort, 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 and then we will stop.
We've got to 200 mile an hour and the boat almost becomes unsteerable, which is very dangerous.
Unsteerable? Today's target is 175 miles an hour, which is already in the death zone. Dave gets set for the first run of the day. Where some daredevils have balls of steel, Dave has buns of insight.
You get a feel for a sense of what's right. If it's heavy on the front of the boat or it's light at the back, you can literally feel it through your rear end. So you drive a boat through your ass, and that's where you get the feel for it. That's where you become part of the boat.
This run is all about the centre of gravity of the boat.
Well, our objective today is to test the boat. We've changed a lot of the trim on the boat, so we've put some weights down the back of the boat, and we've also put some aerodynamic modifications to the rear of the cowling of the boat. What we need to do today is to find out if those modifications that we've done to the boat have actually improved its handling.
That looked really good. It's pretty rough out there. He's doing about 130 on the way back. We'll get probably not much more out of that today. We're probably just going to pull it out, refuel it and turn it around and put it back in again. There's not much we can do about the wind.
A late introduction of fuel to the jet engine caused a dip in power.
So it spooled up and it sounded like it was going to slow down again, right? And then once you introduced the fuel, it took off.
Basically, Dave has to hit a button sooner. But that's easily solved.
Okay, Ronnie.
And now that the boat's more stable, there's less anxiety about pushing it harder.
Yes, slightly right of centre to avoid the seagulls.
The possibility of a bird strike is a slight worry, though. ...188 miles an hour.
Team's actually elated. I mean, they're just buzzing. We didn't expect to go beyond 175 miles per hour, and now that we have, it's just fantastic. We're just so elated. It's wonderful.
Step by step, the Spirit of Australia 2 team inched towards Dave's dad's long-held 318 miles an hour record.
It's significant that he offered to pay for lunch, but not the beers tonight.